Hi, today I'll bring you two lightning games, and so I will make them quick, but they are mainly about developing on time and that sort of thing. And here is Kiwi Kia out gallivanting around, driving around the countryside. Um, he's got a seatbelt on, yeah, and he's got his child care seat. Okay, whatever. I just realised today that as a single male, I do not have to put the washing away or fold it. I don't have to do it. I could just leave it on the line. Not the line, but the... anyway, I'm not going to waffle. Here is this game here, which is the London system for white versus the Queen's Indian defence for black. That's what I played. So white's a wee bit greedy and going after things that they should be waiting for the middle game for, but in a way they've sort of got their pieces out, haven't they, really? And I can't really talk with A5, etc. and A4. Now, here we have Queen E4. What would be your move against Queen E4? I'm not saying it's the best move to make, but it certainly does okay. So what move would you play after white plays now Queen E4? What move would threatening Queen H7 checkmate? What move would you play for black? Okay, would you play G6? Would you resign? Would you play F6 so that you can run your king to F7 after Queen takes pawn check? Or something else? Would you give your knight up? There's the whistle again for the half time. So here's Queen E4, so I played here. So here's the visualization of it actual. I play F5, and so here comes EF6 and knight DF6. Now the queen's threatened, and also we're defending H7 at the same time. So white takes Queen E6 check, and I go King H8, and here comes an annoying move, not yet. Bishop G3, and so white wants to play Knight G5 soon. A3 just to soften black, softens white up a bit on the queen side. Here's Knight G5, and so I just take the pawn first, and then the rook moves, because if Knight F7 now let's go rook takes knight, and I can be winning material here. White will be lost. So white plays rook B1, and now I merely play rook A2, and here comes knight F7, but of course, and we have rook F7, queen F7, and what do? I see that rook on B1 defending the queen square. So I play knight C3, and now I'm threatening just knight takes rook, and after that and also I'm threatening this too, as rook A1, because that's not so good. But there's even a better threat that I've got here that I think white misses, because white now castles. So can you see what I did next move for black? So white castles, so I'll show you the visualization of it. So I just take the rook on B1 now. That might be okay. I probably can. I played here a move that sort of like puts the queen in great difficulty, is bishop D5. Now, as you would appreciate, this queen has got no real scope other than taking a minor piece now. So they play bishop C4, bishop F7, and now it wouldn't be very good for for white to play bishop takes rook here. They are better to take the bishop, because if the bishop takes the rook, then I believe I would probably just play bishop a2. So anyway, here's knight b1, and this is soon hereafter over this game. Knight b1 and rook a1 and rook e1 and knight e4, and this is where my opponent resigned in this position. Now I threaten this even, or just take in here, but I have to watch out. If I move this off, then white will recover this with check. But I have, if this rook leaves here, okay, then I have this, okay, the computer's on. And then after king h1 forced, then I have this, check, check, and then queen, thanks. And then this rook gets captured next move, unless it moves to e1 first. So that's that game. Now the next game is similar, a little bit different, but similar in regards to one, I'm now this time white. And this is a French for black. So here we go. Now here black plays a move that isn't actually not like, it's sort of one of the moves that we would play when we were young juniors. c4, this looks quite good, and it can probably be quite good if white isn't careful. So I play a3 here and bishop d7, d4. I could also play d3, but it might just sort of like offer black some pawns and down the c and d file. So I play d4, and here's a5, and I take this, queen takes, bishop there, queen b6, and now white's being met with black trying to evade opening principle. So I play a4, which is just as good as helping this this principle talk. Queen b2. Now, do I play bishop c3, or what do I do? If I play bishop c3, then I can be met with a certain move which may win my rook, whether or not it's good or not, I'm not sure. But if I play bishop c3, then black has a move here that does win my rook, but it looks a bit cagey, as bishop b4 pins this bishop from capturing the queen, of course, and now threatens it to take it as well and be a piece up at least. And so white would sort of feel like having to play that, else white will lose an exchange, and white would lose an exchange here anyway. So here we've got the queen stuck here. How long she's stuck for is another question. So that's not very good. That's not what I would like for white, even though white's got this strong dark squared bishop. So here I played knight c3, and this is sometimes just threatening to win the queen, which it isn't in this case. So bishop c6, and I played rook a2, queen b6, and now I played an odd move. It's probably no good, as I played a5. Now whether or not this is anything after this, I'm not even sure, because I think that black can capture the pawn on a5, but black didn't. So knight e2, now I'm defending it properly with the bishop as well. So if b6 or something, then I'm just going to take the pawn with, I'm just going to take the pawn. Now we have normality. But it doesn't look very normal, does it? So I played g4 to stop this knight going to f5. And so that prevents it going to a place that it might like better than g6. So h6 comes around, and I go h4. So this pawn cannot move up now, because if it does, I just take it with hg5, rook h8 sort of thing. So that's no good for black. Knight c8. So here we've got a whole, like a structural knight on b8, knight on c8, bishop on c6, queen on c7, pawn on b7, a8, rook. And so these this piece on b8 is looking very, very odd. Why did it go there? So I just continue. I think, well, this isn't a normal opening, is it? Because it is a wee bit closed up. So I play rook g1, and now I've got this idea of this battering ram of just playing it like you can in the Sicilian too for white. On move 5 from the 1980s, rook g1 on move 5 in the Sicilian defense was very, very popular because it got them out of the main book, the grandmasters and that, and this pawn would just keep on going, wouldn't stop. I was a real runner. So here's my move, rook g1, bishop e7, knight g3. So here we go again. I'm still a little bit naughty, I'll grant that, but here we've got this player is playing like what was his name now? The world champion from the world champion who brain's dead. So anyway, they played all their moves on the back rank. It was the worst game for the worst game of chess or something like that was counted as. Knight h5, and so we have castle. Okay, then I just go g5. Why not? This is just threatening pawn takes pawn, or it might even be threatening knight f6 check. There's that whistle. So these knights and the bishops and all that sort of stuff have been really mucking around, and I'm going to have a wee little party on the king's side at black's expense. Bishop h4. Now a few people would probably just take that bishop and then look after what they do, but I play queen b1, which has just got this very nasty threat of even rook g6 check, or knight g6, and then we're attacking this bishop twice. That whistle keeps happening, doesn't it? So, is it here that black resigns? Knight e7, and they resigned here because there's this problem. Knight takes, and then knight takes here. So that's just a little bit tight, the game, but no good for black to play this way. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this session, and I hope you enjoyed it. And that's me over and out for today. All the best, bye.